Yes, as it says, let's talk. Hello, my name is Barbara J. Beckley, and I am your host today. This is a special, special show for me. I mean, all the other Let's Talk Fab shows are show, but this one is particular special because it's talking about a father's legacy of love, and we have some wonderful giants in the house today to talk about that. So let's talk fabulous for father's legacy of love. Okay, we are back right on the screen. As you can see, I'm surrounded by some men, some gentle giants, some love here that's going to talk about, as we say today, Happy Father's Day to everybody who's a father. And I always add, as a father figure, because a lot of times those are more important than anything. I lost my dad at the age of 17, and then I had a lot of father figures after that. So I really appreciate each and every one. So that's why I love this show, because we get to really, really highlight Father's Day and the legacy of love that they give. The legacy of love. So before we start, I know you're looking at all these gentlemen. You're like, hey, who are they, Barbara? Some of them, I remember some of them, but I want to make sure we introduce each one. Now, I'm going to put this as a little sign here. Usually I have, a lot of women that I'm on the shows with, and I call them queens, right? You all know me if you know that. Now I get to say kings. I love it, love it, love it today. So with that said, let's go from up to down, starting. I don't want to say their name because I want them to introduce themselves. So start with the first king.
Hey everybody, Davey Williams here, coming from sunny, super duper hot Florida. Awesome to be here.
Super duper hot. Next person in line.
Casper Stockham from Denver, Colorado, where it's sunny and awesome.
Oh wow, I just left there this past weekend. Ah, okay.
Calvin Gibbs from Plainfield, Illinois, where it's rainy but cool and feeling good. Glad to be here.
And it's feeling good. Okay, next person.
Hi, I'm Victor Orlando from sunny Southern California, and I feel great on this Father's Day.
Wow, wow, wow. Glad to have you. And last but not least, wonderful. Uh-oh, and he has his I knew that was going to happen to one of us. Just need you to unmute, sir.
There we go. Hey, hello, everyone. Les Patterson coming to you from Cache Valley in the beautiful mountains of northern Utah.
Ooh, so we have people all around today, right? All there you go, Victor. All around. Yes, happy Father's Day to everybody. Oh, Miss Luana's in the house. Everybody, please comment. This is not just about us communicating. This is about all of us. This is a community of love. So I want you to express yourself in the comments. I know I have some help that's going to be putting them up there. So please, everybody, just show some love for these wonderful, gentle giants. And with that said, we're going to get right into it because we have a lot to pack out here this for 56 minutes. So we're going to start off with the wonderful Mr. Victor and see what he says when it comes to Father's legacy of love.
Hello, my name is Victor Orlando. I'm a percussion player, musician, producer, director, comedian, and writer, and quite a lot of different things I do. But the one thing that means a lot to me is the day that's coming up this week. It's called Father's Day. Well, for those that know and those that don't know, I am a father of 5 children, 5 grandchildren, and 7 great-grandchildren. So I know some insight on the kids, the grands, and the great-grands. But it's all been a wonderful journey to have that title on me: father, grandfather, uncle, coach, dad, papa. I have been through a lot with my career and my children, some being with me by my side and others in Texas. I went home one year and my great-grandson ran up to me and I asked him, "Do you know who I am?" He said, "Yeah, Papa, I know who you are, I know who you are. You're the guy that do that when you play." That let me know he knew of me, he knew what I did. So that was really something special. Let's get buckled up and get ready for some heartfelt stories.
I like that. I can't do it. I don't have that much, but
And
Victor, you were shaking it. I want to put you in the middle and just show some more love on that aspect of it.
say it again.
I want you to just show some more love on your video. I loved how your video, when you were talking about your grandson, how he ran up
Oh,
to you, because they'll never forget the legacy. So you want to add a little bit more to that?
yes. Well, that's been part of me as my kids, my grands, and my great grands. But as an extension to that, I ended up being a teacher at a middle school. So that became Coach Victor, but it also basically kind of became a papa dad figure to all of those kids, some that didn't have fathers. And then I ended up being a coach at the local Parks and Rec. So I still had that whole coach, mentor, Coach Victor thing with a bunch of kids that had fathers that didn't have fathers. And it kind of, whatever it is I have, blossomed into all of these sets of kids, from my own to other people's kids. And it's a wonderful feeling. It's a good feeling.
Yeah. And I like how you, with all your time, because I know you're an entertainer. I mean, you have a lot of hats. And for that, the first one, like you said, is always, being that dad, being that mentor. Now you talked about, with teaching people on the, base, a whole lot. So I love how you prioritize yourself by saying, I have to leave that legacy. Yes.
Yeah. And since all of that has leveled itself to, I know where that is, my kids, grands, greats, the parks, the schools, I've added special needs community to my list of, I guess you'd call it mentoring. A lady picked me up to play percussion for a special needs Down syndrome group of kids. And the first year I went and played, I played for them. They said they enjoyed it. But kids, when they see a drum, they want to touch a drum. So I saw that. I said, okay, they're itching to get at my stuff. So the next year I played. They enjoyed it. They had their lunch. And I said, we're going to do something real special today. I want everybody to line up. You're going to come up and touch the drum. And they lost their mind. So they all came up, and in their own inside of themselves way, because they're expressing something we know nothing of. Down syndrome, autistic, anyone in the special needs, they have stuff in them that we as regular people don't know, don't understand until you tap onto it. And in my case, the drums tapped into it. And ever since then, what I would do is bring a bag of percussion with me now. And now when we start, after they eat, everybody passes out percussion and they play with me. So they have a good time. So I've added that to my extension of mentoring, helping, being there, cheering on, cheering up people, kids.
I love it. You never know what things can help, move a person, a child, just playing the drums and getting their, like you said, their personality came out just from that alone. So there's another hat that you have, Victor, of what you're doing for children. So amazing.
Well,
amazing.
I have two autistic boys, so I was already in the pool of special needs.
Awesome.
I went to the Rose Bowl for the Walk Now for Autism event, and I played with Shaka Khan, and Shaka Khan was on the event because she has a autistic nephew. And I said, "What about me? I got autistic kids too. I don't count." And next thing you know, they said, "All right, you're on next year." So I was on next year, and that was really special. I got to meet a lot, and you would not believe how many celebrities have autistic special needs children.
So true.
Tisha Campbell, Tony Braxton, all of these things are publicly known that they have these kids. I think Stephanie Mills. So there's a lot of people that have autistic or special needs kids in their family.
Yes.
So I got to do that, and just another extension of who I am and what I do, I guess.
Yeah. Another hat. A
and I'm
wonderful
al-
one at that.
and I'm also silly. So I guess I
Well, you
add
got
that
to
to the
have the humor. You got to have that humor with all that
I
going on.
yeah, I add that to the kids. When I
Yes.
started coaching, and I'm sitting on the stands, and I had my 4 kids live in LA. My 1 kid lives in Dallas, and I'm sitting there and I'm watching the coaches just berate the kids because they missed the shot. They were out of bounds. I said, and my kids wanted to play. I said, nobody gonna yell at my kids. Donald, I'll be a coach. Put me in, coach. So I became a coach, and all of the kids wanted to get on my team because I took it to another direction. Let's
Yes.
play, let's win if we can, let's have fun and enjoy the day. And then, of course, let's have snacks because that was the whole line to the end of shooting a basket. You can't have a snack now. The game's not over. But we had fun, and I've actually had other kids wanted to leave their coaches and come with me. And I'm having coaches going, "Hey man, what you doing?" We're just having fun over here. If they missed a free throw, they missed it. They're not going to die tomorrow because they missed the free throw. It stopped making them feel that way.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's what I ended up doing. All of my stuff was humor centered with the
Mhm.
kids.
Awesome. Well, now that you said put me in, coach, I'm going to do that by putting Les's video in, and we can hear what he has to say, how he learned from his father.
Can we honor a father who's had a broken journey? Can we honor a dad who's made some really hard choices and maybe some really bad mistakes? And how about if that father journey is ourself? I think it's a question worth pondering. Hi everyone, I'm Les Patterson. I'm coming to you from beautiful Cache Valley in the mountains of northern Utah. My father was broken, strong alcoholic until he got sober in my teenage years, and then he went into 20 horrible years of suicidal depression. He kept getting back up, and in that journey he became my hero because he kept getting back up, and I got my best friend back. I've also had a broken journey, different than my dad's, but it's still very broken. And broken journeys have impact on those that we love. Can we honor our own journey if it's been broken? Can we honor ourselves if our journey has been filled with mistakes? I think it's a question worth pondering.
Very, very powerful. Les, I just commend you for that. With all of that happened, and then you still, forgiveness and understanding and learning is the key. And you showed us that through your father. I want to bring you in to give a little bit more about that.
Thank you. It's taken a long time for me to honor my own journey of a father, being a father, and the broken parts of my journey. But the things that I learned came from figuring out how to honor my dad through his journey. I remember sitting with him in inside a county jail cell, a small town. And my dad spent a year there when I was a teenager. And I remember going to see him after school, and they actually let me go in and sit inside his cell with him and talk to him. And I think they understood that maybe this kid could have a greater influence on him than the strict rules of a small 6-cell jail could. And I spent a lot of time with my dad there. When he got out, I'd go to AA meetings with him right across the street from our house at the fairgrounds. I learned the love that I had for my dad as a kid was still there, and it just grew. And in that journey of learning to love him and forgive him and recognize that he did some really hard things, but that I could still love I could still love my dad and separate that from the broken journey. And in my own journey.
That's touching because, like you said, you were basically helping him heal, and as a child, and then even growing up, you even took that on and said, "Okay, I love my dad. I helped him in my own way," and then now you're leaving a legacy of love to show others So I mean, truly, truly, I give you so much honors on that. Anybody else want to, go on with what Les? Anybody want to tag on?
I will.
Like you
I just
did?
want to say one thing, Les. That is truly incredible. A multi generational story that you just shared, but the most powerful thing you just proved to everybody that is watching this, and I just want to thank you for this, is we are all products of an environment until we empower ourselves to produce our own. And for
Yeah.
your story, how you did that, how your father did that, and how that transcends into everything that you do is absolutely incredible. And I just want to thank you for that as a man and as a husband. I just want to thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Davey.
So well put. Anybody else want to add?
My father was older when I was growing up, so we didn't get a chance to do a lot of father son type things. We went fishing a couple of times. I can remember and stuff, but I was always moved by that, and I always wanted to be more active in my children's life when I grew up. So I was just thinking about that as these stories unfold, and I just really wanted to have more interaction with my dad that I didn't have. And then I was in the service overseas when I found out that he had passed away. And it was so surreal because we had planned to have a father son outing when I got back into the States because we had reconnected, but we never got a chance to do that. So.
Mm. So wonderful. I just want to say, I always tell people this, and I think we all know this, but it takes a choice. And we had to make choices in our life on which direction we're going to go. I mean, each and every one of you took that choice, be whatever journey that we all went through, in lives. We have our, hurricanes and earthquakes of life, as I always say. But then you have to make that choice between those journeys to say, okay, am I going to sit here and let this earthquake take me away and everybody else in my life? Or am I going to say, okay, I see the earthquake. I'm going to get through it, and I'm going to make sure that no one else can maybe have a little less earthquake than others. So that's what I look for less is, you took that earthquake in your life with your dad. You still loved him unconditionally still. And then you say, you know what, I'm going to turn this around, make a choice and help others. So each and every one of you have done that in your life. So I commend you again for that. And with
Thank
that
you.
said, talking about father's legacy, we're going to go to a quick video regarding that so you can really think upon how the fathers and the father figures are leaving those legacies, a little droplets, I always say, of seeds in people's lives. We'll be right back.
Oh, yeah. The day those tiny hands arrived, something changed in every heart. A brand new kind of love began right there from the very start. Dreams were dancing all around, and life was waiting up ahead. In those little everyday moments, love became the path they led. Years may come and go, but love keeps stealing the show. Every shared lesson, every big laugh, every time love showed up, that's the love that lasts. Helping hearts stand tall, even when life got tough. That's a father's legacy. A father's legacy of love. Learning how to drive at night, cheering from the sidelines, saying, you've got this life, making someone feel like a diamond, shining in their own way. And funny how those messy moments were the ones that stole the day. Years may come and go, but love keeps stealing the show. Every time love showed up, that's the love that father's legacy of love. Life can catch you sideways when you least expect it to, but somehow love keeps finding ways to pull us back on through. Funny how the years go by and love keeps holding on through every twist and turn of life. The best parts carry on. Every sad lesson, every big laugh, every time love showed up, that's the love that lasts, helping hearts to stand tall even when life got tough. That's a father's legacy, a father's legacy of love. A father's legacy of love. Yeah, love keeps showing up. Oh, that's a legacy of love.
Love the song. So if you're just chiming in, we're back. This is Let's Talk Fabulous Show with yours truly, host Barbara J. Beckley. We are talking about Father's legacy of love today. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers and father figures. Anybody that you've been in a life, that you are a man, that you helped another person, you are a father's love in their life. And just remember that. I want to keep putting that and making sure that you understand that. When I was looking at that video real quickly, I was thinking about when my father taught me how to ride a bike. And it was just so funny. We were in the back. Well, we were in the alleys in Chicago. I know some places there's no alleys, but we were back there and just bought my bike, took the training wheels off. He was holding the back and he was pushing me. He's okay, Barbara, you can do this. I'm like, I don't know. I want my training wheels back. He's like, you could do this. And then I farther away. He said, you could do this. You could do this. And I'm sitting there like, I can't do it. I look back. He was like way back. So right there, that just shows you one thing. No matter what you say, you can do what you need to do, especially when you have somebody cheering you on, as my father did that day. So thank you, Dad, for showing me that, I went far, far, far with that bike with his help. So with that said, we're going to go right into our next panelists, our gentle giants that I'm calling today, our kings. Mr. Calvin, we're going to have his video play and learn some wonderful golden nuggets from him. Oh, if we can do
Good.
Technology is our friend today.
Good day and happy Father's Day to all the father and the father figures out there. My name is Calvin Gibbs. And today I want to tell you a little bit about what I believe a father's legacy is. A father's legacy is not measured solely by what he leaves for his children, but by what he leaves in his children. I'm talking about confidence, courage, faith, discipline, identity, and the belief that they can rise higher than the generation before them. Because legacy isn't built in one extraordinary moment. It's built in a lot of ordinary moments, helping with homework, offering a word of encouragement, showing up for a game, praying with your family, admitting when you're wrong, and standing firm when life gets tough. And believe me, life does get tough. Well, those moments become memories, and then those memories become values, and those values become legacy. That's the power of being a father.
Wow. Memories, values, and legacy. That could be a book, Calvin. I'm going to bring you in just to add a little bit more to that.
I'm taking notes, Barbara. That very well could be my next book. Thank you for that. Yes, but the words that I spoke in that video, I believe are true. The legacy that a father uh, leaves for his kids is not just what he leaves for them, but what he leaves in them. My daughter was born when I was 24, 25 years old. So, as I often told her, we're growing up together. I'm learning how to be an adult, to be a father, and navigate things. And I'm always going to be here for you. Now, over the years, I realized I've made some mistakes, and there's no playbook on how to be a parent or to how to be a father. And especially when you didn't have that father in your life to show you the way. I was raised by my mother, and the male figures in my life were her brothers, my uncles, my grandfather, so on and so forth. But now that my daughter is an adult, living in Seattle, far from Chicago, on her own, I can see where those lessons that I tried to teach her gave her a good foundation. She's a morally great person. She knows who she is. Her identity is solid. She has discipline. And I believe that all of us have dreams. And the only way to get those dreams turned into reality is to have discipline and work on them, the goals to get to success. And she's been very steadfast on doing that. Oftentimes at family reunions and things, family will say, well, Danielle, how come you don't have any kids yet? You're like in your 40s. And she'll say, she'll show her ring finger and said, I'm not having any kids until I get married. End of conversation. And I just look at her and smile because I taught her that. So as far as, morals, I think that she's definitely on the right track and very confident. I feel that she got that a little bit of that from her mother, but I believe that she also got a lot of that from me as well. If anybody has done something before, then you can do it too. Be confident in yourself and don't be afraid to take chances. So that's the legacy that I have tried to leave for her and leave in her. And okay. And I hope that she continues on. And whenever she decides to have kids or not to have kids, I know she has a lot of nieces and things like that, cousins. And I'm sure they're watching her as well. I know she likes to take them on trips and shopping excursions and things like that. So I'm sure that some of those values of confidence, faith, even courage and discipline is wearing off, is coming from her into them as well. So in that way, the legacy continues as well. Thank you, Barbara.
No, thank you, sir. Anybody else want to add to that? I mean, I always tell people when you hear something that you said to someone, and then years past, you might think in your head, well, did they really listen to what I had to say? I mean, we all had that, that question, right? And then all of a sudden, just they come in and they're like, oh, well, you know what my dad told me that, and you're like, you're a proud papa, right? You're a proud papa. Does anybody else want to add to that? Casper, anybody?
Well, I have three daughters and three granddaughters and a great grandson. So I definitely can relate to what Calvin was saying about his daughter and wanting the best for her, but also wanting to make sure that she doesn't get into a situation to where now she's struggling. So that's powerful.
Yeah. And you all have created like I said, a place of trust and love. so they can come to you first, even if something happens in their life or something, they need to talk about. That's powerful, because at least they're coming to you as a dad and as a friend and as a trustworthy person, instead of going somewhere where it might be some other issues. So this is what I really love about, this dad's legacy, is that you're building that trust with them as well. Truly. Anybody else want to comment before we move forward? We're good? Come on. I know somebody has something to say. Victor, come on now. I know you got something to say. And you're on mute. Get yourself
Well,
off mute. There you go. Uh-oh. You got it?
I did it. Okay. Yeah, no, I was listening, and that was wonderful. And it reminded me of my upbringing. I'm a member, I was brought up in the Church of Christ in Dallas, Texas, and the home training and the whole legacy of God and in your heart. And it stayed with me to pass on to my oldest daughter in Dallas. And then now she's in Dallas and I'm here, and I don't have to worry about her decisions and her choices and her thoughts and her this and that, because I know exactly, like you said, I know what I put in her when I was there. The same as what, beside a belt that was put on me in Dallas, stuff was put in me. And what was put in me, I said it, mentioned it, taught it, spoke it to my kids. So kind of you can go on with your life and not worry about, you think about making sure, okay, I hope they do okay, and I hope they do this, that, and the other, and I hope they make the right decision. Well, I can say none of my 5 kids have been in jail, have been incarcerated, have robbed anybody, have shot anybody, have done anything crazy. No black fingernail polish, no tattoos, no earrings up the inside of your eyes.
Victor, that's like another show. That really sounds like another show. I love it.
I mean, but till to this day, 74 years, I have nothing pierced on me. I have nothing written on me. I can write God across it with a marks a lot, but I can erase it. But nothing. So my kids saw that. Yeah. And I did hate it when, as much as I put into my son, when we would get in the car and he would turn the radio on, again, I'm like, I was listening to that, and he would turn to this and the other, and I would look at him. Oh, it's the clean version, Papa. It's the clean version. Because he know, as a musician, I know music. And soon as I hear Tupac or Biggie or somebody come on, I'm like, oh, it's the clean version, Papa. I said, all right. And then, but the day that, because I got divorced from my second wife, and the day that I picked him up for my weekend and he had an earring in his ear, I lost it on the inside because I felt I had lost it. But most of the other stuff I had taught him stayed with him. I could see it, but it was just, you can't control everything. You can only put so much into a kid and hope that through the mixing, they'll still come out all right.
Yes.
But I agree with what Calvin was saying about, putting something in a kid.
Yeah, that's good. I'm going to put this out here. Just to remind him to write things down. This is legacy talking right now here. So we're going to go into, do you know that this show is on demand now? So you can watch this over and over and over and over and over and over again. We want to remind you of this.
Did you know that you can watch the Let's Talk Fabulous show anytime you want?
Come here. Listen. We are on demand.
That means inspiration, original music, connection, and powerful conversations whenever you need it most.
We are on demand.
We are proud to be a part of the E360 TV network. You can find us on the internet or on the app through your favorite app store. We stream on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and many of the others.
We are on demand.
Find us in the pop culture and entertainment area or on the Fresh Takes channel.
We're on demand.
Of course, you can always join us live every Sunday at noon Pacific, 3 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern, where we connect with you in real time. It's time. Let's talk.
With that said, we're going to go right into, because I see some purple hearts popping up in comments. This is where we give some love for people that have basically gained their wings, has been volunteers with us, has worked Let's Talk in this whole community. And we always give them some love every show because we want to know, just like we're talking about legacy of love, we want to leave that legacy of love with everybody that has been here and helped us and move forward. I hope you all noticed that there's kind of a theme here. It's called LOVE. It's not that difficult, right? It's not that difficult. See, sometimes we make little things really difficult. It's not difficult to love. So I just got to throw that out there, that the theme here is about love and leaving that legacy in all capacity. So with that, talking about that, we're going to go to amazing, amazing gentle giant. And he's just leaving like seeds all over the place for his daddy being a daddy and a daddy figure. Mr. Davey, we're going to listen to what he has to say.
Hey everybody, Davey Williams here, co-founder and COO at Empowered Fathers in Action, aka the EFA movement. In honor of Father's Day, I'd like to talk quickly about legacy. When we talk about that word, we often associate it with leaving a legacy. The reality is, we're not leaving anything, ladies and gentlemen, other than memories and possibly impact. How do we do that? By living our legacy every single day. How? Through our actions, through our choices, through our attitudes, how we show up for ourselves, our families, our communities, and our businesses. Every man is a role model. Influence comes with limitations. Impact only comes with opportunity. To be present, to lead by example, and to create a ripple effect. So don't worry about leaving anything other than those aforementioned memories. Focus on living your legacy today. On behalf of Chris and myself and all of us at the EFA movement, happy Father's Day. Thank you to this amazing panel for bringing their insight and wisdom. Thank you to Tam for having me as a guest. Thank you to Barbara for being so awesome and hosting this episode. Make it a great Father's Day, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you're taking notes.
Thank you for the love, Davey. So with that, we're going to put you right smack in the middle here. I love how he said, living a legacy every day. And that is so true. So we're going to just put you right there. Little help from Kim. Technology is my friend today.
Come on, Kim, be my friend today. I meant what I said in the video there. It is, and I will tell everybody why I hammer so much about my role at EFA. In 2018, Chris Salem and I had this hair scheme idea for the organization. And I will tell everybody, I'm actually not a father. And I won't say that's a regret that I have in my life, because Chris gave me a child in Empowered Fathers in Action when he asked me to co-found this movement with them and to be our chief operating officer and to really be the face and take this organization to the next level. What I do have is the inspiration. I did a video for Chris today to see and know Chris's story. And, when people see Chris out there, he's always traveling around. It's like keeping up with Where's Waldo on a map. But where Chris is most present is as a father to CJ, his son, my nephew, and to his wife, Maria, and to his mother and mother-in-law. And I've always been fascinated by Chris ascertaining that his time is most dedicated to his family. I don't have the flashy story or the sad stories or the emotional driven stories that some of the other individuals have. I have a great dad, spoke to him earlier. I had a great upbringing. I'm the oldest of 4 boys, obviously the smartest, sexiest, and most charming. They can't even compete. My parents tried 3 times after me and they failed miserably. But what I did have the ability to do and not being a parent is I love helping other men be exactly what they deserve to be. So whether it's through the nonprofit or my work as a speaker and on the for-profit side, I can't make anybody a better husband. I can't make them a better parent. What I can do is empower them to be the strongest version of themselves, whatever that represents. Going past surface driven labels. I think that's such a problem right now with our society. Like, we're very surface driven and we're not getting to the root causes of struggles to really find the root causes of sustainable solutions. So to me, that's what living a legacy is all about. My father, is still with us. My mom passed away a few years ago. My dad lives that legacy every single day. He's got 3 generations of Williamses in his household right now. And I told him earlier, I think that's so cool. And to hear the inspiring stories from other people here, it's astonishing to me. Again, like I said earlier, where we can all be products of an environment and we can use that as a crux, or we can produce our own environments and really empower generational change to sustain throughout. So, I have a much different perspective on parenting, masculinity, male role models than other people may. Love represents something different to me. I'm not one to tell people what they want to hear. There are people here that know me well. Tam knows me very well. I'm going to tell you exactly what I feel you deserve to know. And I got that from my dad. And, I do want to say real quickly, happy Father's Day to my father, David, and happy Father's Day to my father-in-law, Larry, up in Peoria, Illinois. It's raining and miserable up there too. But as a husband, it is an honor to be here amongst amazing, amazing human beings. So thank you for all that you do for the world, guys. Seriously.
Oh my God, Davey. I want to, I got to control myself. I want to cry. I really do, because you are just an epitome. Never say you're not a father, because you are to me and to a lot of other people. So you are definitely that, the best of the best. So thank you for the movement. Thank you for helping so many others to know that to living a legacy is so important. So I just want to put that out there to you and everybody else. Please, you're getting a lot of love here. So I want to make sure that you see
Thank you,
that.
everybody. I do. Thank you, Tam. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you. Thank you all so much. It's nice to be back out in the world. It still takes me 2 hours to do my hair, Caroline. Don't worry.
And you're funny. You have a lot of good comedians here today. I love it. I love it. You're just letting it move. So with that, everybody, because of time, we're going to make sure that we're going to get to our next wonderful gentle giant, and he has some words to say, Mr. Casper. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Casper Stockham. My wife Cheryl and I are Christian TV broadcast producers and marriage coaches. Been doing that for about 19 years. And I'm super excited to be on the Let's Talk Fabulous show. And the topic is definitely something that I have a lot of passion about. Father's legacy of love. And I wrote a book last year called Mastering Adam. And in that book, we talk about legacy, leaving a legacy, which is super important. Now, last night I just got back from visiting my daughter in the hospital. She's in North Carolina and I live in Denver, Colorado. And I was there for a few days by her bedside feeding her because of some of the challenges she's having and going through surgery. So it's very important to leave that legacy, and it's not just about finances. It's about being that father figure in their life, being that support system, being that person that's there even when nobody else might not be there. You as a father, as a dad, you definitely need to be there. And being with my daughter for those few days and continuing to support her in her recovery is going to be an important part of my life, and I consider that even far more important than other things going on. So excited to be on the show, excited to unpack all that, excited to talk to the other men that are on the panel as well.
You are all bringing so many memories of my childhood. You just don't know. I was just thinking, Casper, when you were talking about how you were with your daughter and just being there for her. And I was just thinking of the time when I was 7 years old and my mother pushed me to take ballerina class. Don't know why. Till this day, I was like, really? But she had me do it because she wanted me to do everything, try to do everything. And she didn't show up, though. She couldn't show up. Every ballerina class, my dad was sitting there with all the mothers.
Yeah.
So, that's what's talking about showing up. So I love how you said that because that's what dads do. They show up, truly.
Absolutely. Hey, I want to give a shout out to the other men on the panel. I had the pleasure of being one of the last speakers, but man, some of the nuggets the guys been dropping, like Calvin, leaving something in them. I never thought about it that way, but that's exactly what we should be doing. And Victor talking about, Victor would, he has special needs children. Well, my second daughter is special needs as well. She has Down syndrome. Her name is Faith. She brings joy to us every day, and it's really about having fun at this point. Being a grandfather and being a great grandfather, I just have fun every time I'm around my children and their children and so forth. It's just a great time. And Davey talking about being present in the moment. That's really what it's all about for me right now. Just being present, not really having all the right things to say, but just being able to just be present with them during those difficult times potentially. And let's talking about forgiveness. That is so huge. We have to be able to forgive, and if you look at it from a biblical perspective, if you don't forgive, you block your blessing. And I don't want to block any blessings coming my way, so I'm all about forgiveness as quickly as I possibly can to move forward.
What a wonderful way to wrap up everybody's comment and put yours in there too, Casper. That was good. I love it. I want to say, like you said, all these, for forgiveness is important. Yeah. Like you said, forgiveness is important. And as Casper said, and he went through each of the gentle giants of what they said today, just being there, trust, love, compassion, understanding somebody's journey, and not basically making persons feeling like they're small. All that we talked about today, and look at what we're getting from this. All legacies of love. All legacies of love.
Absolutely.
I wanted to bring you back in because I know you have another comment here.
Yes, ma'am. So my oldest daughter, Cherie, she's actually listening today. She's on the show listening. And 2 months ago, she was in a situation where we didn't think she was going to survive. In fact, when she went to the emergency room, they told us not to really hope for much out of that. But she survived that ordeal, and now she's on the mends. But she still has a long way to go. She has some very challenging situations in her life. I don't want to go into detail. I don't want to start people crying or anything, but she needs support. She needs my support for sure, and she's like my new hero. And I know it sounds kind of corny sometimes when people say that. She looks at me as being her hero, but I look at her as being my hero, because I don't know if I was in her condition and her shape that I would be as strong as she has been over the past few months. I mean, she has a great attitude. It's just very inspiring for me to just be around her, and it was an honor for me to be able to feed her while she couldn't be fed, and while she couldn't feed herself. And her belief and faith in God has grown tremendously during this time. So it's all just been a huge blessing.
Wow. Oh my God. I just have to. Oh. Sometimes you just got to take a little short. I know we're on a timing thing, but sometimes you just got to take a short pause to really take that in, what everybody said. Thank you for sharing that. And thank you for sharing that you both brought strength to each other. That's what's so important is, it's not just one-sided. When, that's the thing with everybody that you talked about, it's not one-sided. So with that, I want to play real quickly because we want to make sure we get any last thoughts from each of the gentle giants today. So with that, I'm going to play a quick video of mine to give some fatherly love, and then we're going to go right into getting some last tips from the gentle giants. Today is a day of remembering a person in my life that gave me wings to fly, that told me that I was an individual that was special, that told me that when I grew up, that I would help not just myself and what I do and the gifts that I have in me, but also help so many others. That told me to stand on my own and show love, no matter who that person is. That was my dad, John Williams Beckley. And even though I lost my dad at an early teenage age, he's always with me, and he always talks to me and instills in me and reminds me to keep flying, to keep helping, to keep pouring out. And I just want to thank my dad and all the other dads and dad figures around there. I thank my dad for reminding me to love and to care for so many people in this world. And don't look at a person just because of their race or their color, but just because they are special, important human beings. So I thank you, Dad, for instilling that in me so I can make sure that I'm showing that for others. I appreciate you so much. You just don't know how much you have been in my life to guide me every single day. Happy Father's Day. Okay, I think we're still. Why does it seem like that? I want to tear. Okay, let me stop because we got to keep it moving here. I just wanted to tell everybody again, happy Father's Day. So we're going to play a 30-second game. Yes, I do this a lot of times with the show. So each gentle giant gets 30 seconds to give any lasting thoughts. If you go over 30 seconds, I'm going to have to pull you out the middle. Okay. So I'm going to start with Mr. Casper here. And I'm going to that's Casper. Kim, I'm going to let you do it because for some reason it's not working. Thank you.
Yeah, my word is for fathers out there is to do not overlook the small things. Don't stress out over the big things. Look at the small things. Go to the games. Spend that time. I guarantee you, your children are going to be more. They're going to remember those times more than any of the big things you might do, the big presents and so forth. So focus on the small things and just have a good time and enjoy yourself.
Okay.
Well, what came to my mind a second ago, God is our Father, and He loves us and He forgives us. He watches over us and He keeps us. That's what He put inside of us to be for our children. We're not trying to be gods, but we have to have that same God mentality to love, forgive, and nurture our kids like He does us every day throughout, no matter what.
I had a beautiful 30-second soliloquy ready to go. I'm going to go in a completely different direction. Casper, to your daughter, I'm going to ask everybody on the panel here and everybody that is out there, we can talk about prayers and thoughts and everything like that. But one, I want to give you a round of applause as a father, but I think she deserves a round of applause because what a great kid that sat here for 54 minutes and listened to all of this just so she could let everybody know how amazing you are. That girl, that gets a round of applause from me. That's my 30 seconds right there. Thank you both, and God bless you both.
Uh-oh. Calvin's on mute. There. Okay.
30 seconds, I just want to remind not only the fathers on the panel, but all the fathers that may come across this to understand that your children are going to make mistakes. We made mistakes. We didn't always listen to what we were told to do, but it's their journey and they have to learn from their mistakes. Our job, my job, the panelist's job is to be there for them. Once we see that they're in a jam, help them, give them the wisdom and guidance that they need at that point. But they will make mistakes. Thank you.
Okay, Les, bring it on. 30 seconds. Uh-oh. Is he on mute? I don't hear him. Uh-oh. Oh, no. No, we can't hear you, Les. Oh, no, no, no. So, okay, that's good. The love, the love, the love, the love. So, with that, thank you everybody for having such an awesome show today. I loved it. This was a special one for me. Hopefully, special for you. Happy Father's Day, everybody. Next week we are doing our, I think, second quarter show, or yeah, for the Let's Talk Fab. And with that said, as I always say, love yourself because you need to love yourself so you can love others. Thank you so much and have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday and a happy Father's Day.